for a bit of fun to connect with the aliens. I actually went on a meme generator and it says, what do you want to generate? And I thought, let's generate aliens arriving and having a party. So it actually made me laugh. But I wonder what would happen if you walked into your local field and saw a load of aliens having a party. How would you respond to that? Would you join in? Would you risk it for a biscuit? Or would you be legging it at 100 miles an hour in the other direction? Well, according to some, my Jedi friends, the aliens have arrived. They have arrived to help us to shift the planet. But that's another conversation for another day, I suspect. That may be a step too far for this live stream, but you never know. Since I've put that emoji on there, I guess I'll be attracting all sorts to this particular stream itself. Well, we will find out soon enough, won't we, my Jedi friends? We will find out soon enough. So this is an opportunity just to have a bit of fun and to keep it light, because on the path, waking up is brutal. We've discussed this on a few occasions. It's really tough waking up. And with people I'm working with at the moment, it seems to be the same thing. It's a bit like popcorn popping. Popcorn is popping, my Jedi friends, and people are waking up. And what happens when you wake up? Well, let's talk through that. Let us talk through that. So when you wake up, you start to see the world differently. You start to see your role differently. You start to feel different. You start to feel quite isolated. You start to realize that anyone around you that you speak to about the stuff you're seeing, they don't really get it. They're not really there. They're not really switched on. Your friends, your family, especially your family, you can feel very isolated. Now, we were talking about this earlier, and this could get me blacklisted on YouTube. But it seems to be quite common with people that wake up with those that didn't get vaccinated. It seems that there's a certain demographic, and you can almost align it. The people that realize something wasn't right, the people that would risk isolating themselves, the people that would risk being shot down from all angles and would still maintain their truth. There's a lot of people that capitulated to do stuff that they were told to do. They didn't agree with it, didn't like it, but they capitulated to fit in. And interestingly enough, the type of people that would be attracted to this kind of thread are people that generally go against the grain, the black sheep. The black sheep amongst you will probably be attracted to this, which is completely normal, because it is a very isolating journey, especially the awakening process, the waking up, the realizing that you are effectively an eagle in a chicken coop. Now, this analogy I've been given a lot lately. People that I work with are generally going through fairly disruptive symptoms of waking up, falling out with their family, all sorts of stuff. It's all hitting the fan at the moment, folks. And waking up and coming to this conclusion is a very lonely and isolating journey. And what also tends to come up is a load of anger. After years of repression and fitting in, suddenly people are like, no, I'm not putting up with this nonsense anymore. No, I'm not taking it anymore. So this is because the vibration of the planet is raising. And people that were sent here for a bigger purpose, it's probably you if you're watching this, it's time to step up. And after a lifetime of being almost like a sleeper cell, probably not even realizing that you were here for a bigger purpose or for something different. And the odds are, if you're energetically inclined, you've been holding the space, you've been raising the vibe in your own unique way, but you've got no idea that you were doing it. Or maybe you do. Maybe there's some of you that are watching this that actually think, yes, I've known this for a while now. I'm here for something bigger. I'm here for an alien party. That's what I'm here for. So it's also quite common in the circles that I tread in that people, they feel that they're not from this planet, feel like a bit of an alien yourself, feel like you're a bit lost and isolated here. What are you doing in this dense energy, this third dimensional energy? And It can be. It's a bit dense. Let's face it, my Jedi friends. It is a bit dense in this incarnation. And you probably have already started to question, what am I doing here? What is the purpose? What is the reason I'm here? What's it all about? So these are quite common symptoms that you get when you start to wake up and you start to realize you are an eagle surrounded by chickens and you're here for a bigger purpose. It's a bit like the Manchurian Candidate for anyone that's seen that. So that is what we're dealing with here, my Jedi friends. And that's why I put the aliens on the party, because I knew that was going to be something that was going to attract a certain brand of people who would join this live stream. So I've got Asha Merrill says hi. Well, hi, Asha. Nice to have you here. I've got PPP. Hello from Scotland. Well, hello, PPP. Hi to you. And Asha says hi. Well, thank you for being the first ones to jump in the thread. If you're new to this, if you're new to me, you'll realize that this could go anywhere. This live could go anywhere, and you are as much in control of it as I am, because I just start with random stuff. I talk any old rubbish. It's not actually rubbish. It is to a lot of people. It's to a lot. There's a lot of people that will look at this thing. Oh, he's off again. He's off again. But there is a very small niche of people that actually understand what I'm talking about and totally get it. Believe it or not. So PPP says, get the Union Jack flags up. Absolutely, PPP. Let's get some Union Jack flags up and get ourselves a fast track to jail, because it's not allowed. We're not allowed to do that in two-tier Britain right now. It's all good, friendly fun, isn't it? So PPP says, I went to the doctors and said, I feel like a pair of curtains. And he told me to pull myself together. Well, thank you. Fair play, PPP. And Asha says, I love you. Said hi. Thanks, Asha. That's really kind of you. Well, let's throw the love around. It's a love thread that we've got here. We are loving partying with aliens on this live one, because that's what it feels like. So the reason I put the alien thing there is because I'm tapped in, and I know a lot of people that are sort of highly sensitive. They've got psychic gifts and all this kind of thing. They've probably spent most of their life thinking, oh, people don't get it. They're not really understanding it. I've got non-Freddy Frazbear. Well, hello, not Freddy Frazbear. Good to you. Good to see you, my Jedi friend. And Jamie is here, or Jamie. Hi, says hi. Well, hi to you, Jamie. PPP is back. You play with feathers and you'll get your bum tickled. And Asha says, party at my house. Well, this really is turning into the party thread. Are you down? What planet have you come down from, Asha? I mean, we can't do all this earthling stuff. You know, we're looking for ascended vibrational characters here. So apparently I've been told that my cat is here from Andromeda, so she can start the party. She can start the party. That is a winner. And Asha is from Brighton. Well, that is an interesting part of the world. And I can tell you for certain, Asha, that I've had very many interesting parties down in Brighton. My friend lived there for many years. And yes, I know it well. Well, I did know it well. It's probably changed quite a lot since I was last down there. So let's see. PPP, can you tell me the number I'm thinking of? No, I can't, PPP. Probably 13. There you go. Random guess. But no, I'm not that tapped in. I've got Leighton in the house. Welcome, my Jedi friend. I can't use my TV aerial, so I'm hooked the end of the cable to my window, since I live enough to repeat a tower. But I only get a few channels. PPP said it was 14. Well, look at that. We're only one out. Only one out. Asher's in 16 Hollard Mews, apparently. So there you go. There's where the party's happening. Well, it really has kicked off, hasn't it? We're going full alien tonight. What a win. What a win for this live stream. And Jammy's there. My friend itched my bum and won't stop sniffing his finger. Well, there you go, Jammy. Whatever you're into, You've obviously got a very interesting arse. An arse tickling finger has been has been in your general direction. Well, do you know what? That's a certain type of party, isn't it? Yeah. If that is where you're at, then fair play to you. If you're enjoying yourself, having your ass tickled, then each to their own, my Jedi friend, each to their own. So, you know, whatever. In fact, my party at the moment is just a cup of tea, I'm afraid. It's a little bit boring, but there you go. So, PPP, I'm English living in Scotland. Well, what are you doing up there, PPP? What brings you to Scotland? Have you had enough of England? Was it too much? So you've scaled Hadrian's Wall. you've scurried your way north. You've gone where the Romans feared to tread. And when they did tread, they went missing. What was it? I think it was the 13th Legion, was it? Just vanished. They just vanished. So, yeah, it's a dodgy part of the world. I actually love it in Scotland. It's good fun. More so in the summer, not so much in the winter. Although we've definitely had a few interesting weekends away in Edinburgh. That's a good part of the world. So let's have a look. Just been past the Orange Walk. Fair play to you, PPP. You're obviously having an interesting time up there. There is actually a really interesting place in Scotland that I've been to, a tiny little place called Fintorn. And that is properly out there. It's properly out there, my Jedi friends. If you know what I'm talking about, you'll know. And if you don't, well, probably best I don't say anymore. So Leighton's saying, throwback to when I couldn't bend my knees and wouldn't sit down on the bus. And the passenger called the police on me. And the passenger ended up getting arrested for disability harassment. Well, I don't even know if that's a true story in England or in the UK today. It probably isn't. That's probably a true story for all I know. So PPP, Manchester lad who supports Liverpool FC. Well, I am a Liverpool FC fan myself down here in sunny Hertfordshire, but I had an Irish dad, so I was indoctrinated from a young age. So you're in Glasgow. Well, fair play to you, PPP. Interesting Premier this season with all the money Liverpool are spending. Let's hope we can get it together. It was nice to see City capitulate today, wasn't it? After a strong start, to come crashing down so hard after their promising start at Wolves. Fair play to Tottenham for for giving them the reality check that their season now has. And Asher says, me too. And PPP, exciting times for us. And Isaac next. Well, interestingly enough, PPP, my mates just sent me a meme. And he said, isn't it ironic that Isaac doesn't want to go to work and he does want to come to Liverpool? I thought that was quite funny. But yes, it does look like he's heading that way unless something badly goes wrong. I can't see him going back to Newcastle. Or if he does, that's going to be a very interesting, a long, lonely trip for him, isn't it? Leighton says, the only reason the passenger got arrested is because the driver backed me. Up about 2010, Equality Act. Also, I'm in a danger list of people at risk due to recording buses. Well, fair play to you, Leighton. It sounds like a bit of a rough deal there. In today's world, I don't even know if this is a joke or not, but I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and assume it's not, because of the madness that is happening. The madness, the alien party is less mad than some of the stuff that's going on in the UK right now. Jamie, my dad, it's probably Jamie, it's Jamy, I think probably Jamie or Jamie, I'm not quite sure. So my dad dropped peas on the table and said, oh no, I have peas on the table. Peed on the table. Well, thanks for that, Jamie. I don't think the career in stand-up comedy is going to get there, but fair play for giving it a crack. Giving it a fair crack. That is a win. So PPP, I went to the tip. I wanted to work. It called me an XXXX prick. Some Scottish don't like the English. Well, do you know what? That's always been the case, hasn't it? I tend to find that the Scottish get on with me pretty well these days because they've got people that they like even less than the English. Interestingly enough, my dad was Irish, and he said, "Listen, son," he said, "the thing that will unite everybody is when the aliens arrive." So I thought, well, let's make the aliens arrive on this live thread and see what happened. So, Jammy, oh, I just farted. Well done, Jammy. Fair play to you. And PPP, I went to the tip to take rubbish. Well, I think there was a few people going to the tip today, especially Leeds and their campaign to stay in the Premiership. Man City, yeah, there was plenty of rubbish playing there today as well. So, yes, there's been some brutal awakenings. And we do a thing. I'm in a group where we have to guess what team's going to win each week, and you can't pick the same team twice. So I had Bournemouth this week. I thought it was a bit bold, but I was pleased to see them win. So I go through to the next round, and every loads of people pick Man City. And they've crashed out. They've crashed and burned. Crashed and burned. So, PPP, the aliens are already here, especially in Glasgow. I think they're all over the British Isles right now, PPP, quite honestly. Not so much in Essex because they protest more than anywhere else. So, I think they've had one hotel shut down, haven't they? Like, Jammy, my Lamnoy has World War III in his pants. A lamnoy? Well, I don't know what a lamnoy is, Jammy. Is that I don't know, is that a spell checker? Is that something you need to test on your spell checker, my Jedi friend? Because I don't know what that is. But either way, good luck. Like, if you've got World War III in your pants, then fair play to you. It's a joke. Well, I can see you're getting there. PPP, the Essex boys. Yeah, I was pretty impressive. I mean, let's face it, they were coming out the hotels and sexually molesting their kids. So I think fair play to the Essex crew. It is a bit lunatic what's going on here at the moment. It does feel like we're being set up for some sort of mad revolution. And depending on which conspiracy theory you want to go down, there probably will be some sort of revolution. And the whole thing will end by some sort of centralization or tagging or monitoring. They're going to do other things to us, more vaccines, possibly. There's going to be all sorts of shit hitting the fan. But we're being teed up. There's something very, very malevolent going on, especially in the UK right now. And being sensitive to energy, can't help but pick it up. That's just the way that we're rolling here for whatever reason. So, but there's no point getting angry about it. There's plenty of people that will get angry. And there's going to be plenty of protests, and understandably so. I mean, what lunatic thinks that it's a good idea to put a load of paedophiles in paid accommodation near schools? I mean, I just can't get my head around it, quite frankly. And the irony is, if you complain about it, you get thrown to jail for a meme. But if you're the actual pedos, no, you don't get any. You get free money and mobile phones. It is absolute lunacy. Absolute lunacy what's going on here at the moment. So here we go. So Sploder, Splodgy. There'll be murders. Well, at this rate, you're probably not far wrong. Sean's non-existent hairline. You have your finger on the pulse. Fair play, sir. Well, thank you, fella. I wish I didn't have my finger on the pulse when it came to this stuff. I'd much rather have my head in sand right now, quite frankly. PPP, vote reform, only hope, mate. Well, quite honestly, PPP, I did vote reform the last time round, but then what they did to Rupert Lowe has put me right off reform. They just seem like a lapdog, and they're not talking about. I mean, even Farage has sold his soul to the devil right now. The only person that's talking any sense, as far as I'm concerned, is Rupert Lowe, and I think he's Ben Habib. He's gone in with Ben Habib. I think that's probably they're the only party that's actually talking sensibly about the whole thing. Because let's face it, bunches of pedos in hotels being paid by us to go in and harass our kids. Like it's insane. It is insane. Absolutely insane. Um, so let's have a look. Plant Lady, other pedos. Well, hello, Plant Lady. Thanks for joining in. Yes, I wasn't. I wasn't sure where we were going to go today, but as you can see, we've gone down a slightly different path. It's obviously the time of day. It's taken us down a slightly different path, and maybe the alien theme did it. That was a step too far for everybody. Jammy, there's 2 naked robbers at my house. Well, fair play. Fair play, Jammy. In fact, I was seeing stuff on X at the moment. There's been naked migrants walking around the place, just letting it all hang out. Yes, our country is changing right in front of our very eyes, my Jedi friends. And ironically, even having this conversation, it's quite likely that the YouTube algorithm will absolutely red card me for this, because we're not allowed to talk about it. Don't mention the war. It's a flashback to Fawlty Towers, isn't it? Don't mention the asylum seekers. No, they're bringing their families, except they're not, are they? It's all fighting age blokes that are turning up on the shores. All fighting age blokes with a tendency to like underage women. Like, I know, let's give them a hotel. That's exactly what we need right now. I can see. Well, fair play to all of those in Essex that didn't put up with any of that nonsense. And quite honestly, what the government's doing, I think that they should be thrown in jail for crimes against humanity, crimes against the country, my friends. I would call for that for some of the stuff that's going down at the moment. But of course, I could get put away for even mentioning things like this. So ease it in, ease it in. So, Jammy, they have no teeth. Jammy, the fact that you're having to keep saying it's a joke, that sort of defeats the object. If we're not getting it or laughing out, it's probably not as funny as you think it is. Well, fair play for you for giving it a go. I'll tell you what, if you're doing a stand-up comedy routine, post the date and venue, and people can choose to go and test you, to go and see you in action. So fair play to you, Jammy, my Jedi friend. Like, Plant Lady, old peeps homes, they're putting them in there now too. Well, it wouldn't surprise me. They're putting them anywhere. They're putting them everywhere and anywhere. In fact, my friend in Ireland has told me that they've offered him double the money to evict people, like the normal people, the Irish people renting his place, so that they can put it up as a migrant place. True story. Mad stuff is going on, my Jedi friends. We are being prodded, we are being goaded into lunacy right now. Absolute lunacy. So, Jammy, how do I don't know. I don't know. I do know 100 quid. I can't make any sense of what you're saying there, Jammy. Whatever your message is, I'm not getting it, unfortunately. But fair play for trying. I'll give you 10 out of 10 for giving it giving it your best shot. We've got Ashley in the house. You're in psychology. Can you see how our emotions are being played? Ashley, I am seeing lunacy. But well, you're talking to somebody that grew up in a bona fide lunatic asylum. So, I mean, for me, I've been preparing for this all my life. I used to go into school and joke because I was a lunatic on day release. They used to tell me I was a lunatic. I said, like, the real lunacy is outside the asylum. And everything I said as a kid, as a defense mechanism, has come to pass. The real lunacy is not. The real asylum is the outside world. The sanest place you've got is the lunatic asylums, because anyone that would pull this shit would get sedated, sectioned, or electrocuted, or all three. There you go. That's what happens in a lunatic asylum. Outside of the lunatic asylum, if you show any inclination to pull this shit, they make you a leader, don't they? I mean, how is Keir Starmer not being sectioned right now for being completely insane for the stuff that's going on? How is that not happening? So anyway, but that would just be my slant on it. Absolute lunacy that we're seeing. We've got Tom in the house. Women and children first. Oh no, it's just young men. Yeah, exactly. It's all fighting age men just turning up with a penchant for young girls, which they can find on tap at the local school. How lucky for them, eh? All these single blokes arriving, and what better to do than go and start grooming down the schools? Well, that should please the people. Aren't you glad you voted Labour? Hallelujah. Oh, wait, the Tories were just as bad. They started this stuff going. Oh, really? We're in a two-tier. We're in a system where each party, you're voting for the same nonsense, regardless which side. So it's actually good. There's one good thing that's come out of this, and that is that people are starting to wake up to the thing that there's more than two options for voting now. Realistically, more than two options. And I think that's good. It became very apparent at the last by-election. It's just a shame that Reform capitulated so badly and backtracked on so many nonsense. So there you have it. So, Jammy, how do I donate 100 quid? Well, you tell me, Jammy. Apparently you can do it. If you want to donate 100 quid, then please do. I think that there's a... it says, actually, I've never been on the other side of one of these, so I actually don't know. But if you work it out and you want to donate 100 quid, then fair play to you, Jammy. Ashley says, whatever happened, 2019 ain't coming back. Ashley says, I'll give you the bank details. Hey, well, look, any donations you want to add to this thread, I'll be very happy to take. You're very welcome to make donations, and I will talk about whatever you like. If you want to donate £100, you can pick the subjects for the rest of the live. How's that? That'll be good. I don't think anyone, so I don't know how it happens, because I did get one donation of £5 on one of my streams, so it must be possible to do. But I've not had to do it. I've not been on the other side of this thing. So, well, thanks, Jammy. You're going to try. That's a winner. The $sign in the box, says Plant Lady. Well, there you have it. There you have it, my Jedi friends. If you feel like donating, then don't let me stop you. You go for it. Jammy, make him dance, lol. Get a disco vibe going. We'll do it. Well, we're at the alien party. That was what this thread was meant to be about. We're going to attract all sorts of extraterrestrials, because let's face it, there's already aliens all over the country. What's a few more from a different planet? Bring them on, I'd say. In fact, I'd say whatever planet people are arriving from, it's probably preferable to the ones that are coming across on boats right now and infecting our schools with their grooming. Oh, who'd have thought it was going to be such fun being in the UK? What a laugh. What a laugh it is over here. Ashley says, naked on his head, spinning round and round. Absolutely. Oh, hang on. There's too many comments. I've got to scroll back down. Tom said, get that 100 nicker, mate. We can get pissed. Absolutely. I will go. I'll get down the off license and come back with a few some booze. That could be an interesting live stream, couldn't it? Okay, says Jammy. Okay, Plant Lady. Plant Lady gives the thumbs up. And Ashley says, it's a black moon portal tonight, allegedly. That's it. I hear it's like a new moon or something like that. So energetically, it is significant. Everything is significant at the moment, my Jedi friends. It's all significant. Moon cycles, energy, how we set it up. It's all very significant. We've got Lindsarella in the house. Hello, Adam. This is a late one. Happy Saturday. Well, hello, Lindsarella. This is just the way I roll. I got the vibe that I needed to do a live stream tonight. Apparently, it's a new moon or something like that. So I thought I'd raise the vibe with an alien party. But the vibe has gone in strange directions. We're talking real aliens. We're talking the massive invasion of aliens that's happening in the UK at the moment. And they didn't come from another planet, allegedly, but they may as well have done for the way that they're adapting to our culture. It's all good, friendly fun. Tom says, I'm watching Father Ted. Well, there's another legendary series, Tom. Absolutely legendary series. Used to watch that loads when I was in my nursing years. And I used to be in a nurse's home with a load of Irish as well. And some of them could have been characters from Father Ted. They were properly out there. They were properly out there. They were real Father Tedders. Let's have a look. So, Jammy, if I donate, will you shave your eyebrows? Well, I didn't realise that they needed shaving at all, Jammy, but it depends how much you donate. Let's get you donating first, and then we'll decide. We might give them a little trim if that makes you feel better. My eyebrows are designed to be out of control. It's the only hair I've got on my head. I mean, come on. It's not quite true. At this age, you've got the what to look forward to is ears, ear hair, ear hair and nose hair. I suddenly look in a mirror and I see like a bit of hair sticking out my ear or out my nose. Yes, the fun of hitting this age. It's all good fun. It's all good, friendly fun. And Ashley says 5p per millimeter. Jammy says for 500 quid. Well, if you want to donate 500 quid, Jammy, I will go and shave my eyebrows. How's that? Not off. I'll trim them. I'll give them a trim. I'm not going full shaved eyebrows. That is not the way. This is not the way. That is not the Mandalorian. You won't be doing that. No. I will give them a little trim. There you go. How's that? So there you go, whatever you're into. But the stuff that's going on at your house tonight, I mean, that would be very unentertaining. Oh, we're moving up. Jammy, what, 5,000 quid? You legend. So Lindsarella says, no, Adam, keep your eyebrows. Money isn't everything, lol. Well, I'm just seeing if Jammy's actually going to donate anything. I mean, he's been threatening. Jammy's been threatening. So, you know, bring on the donations. It'd be great. I'm more than happy for people to donate if you want to. Ashley's thrown a little emoji in there. So let's have a look. Plant lady, nose tusks, as Bob Mortimer says. Absolutely. That's how it is, plant lady. You know, every now and again, you sort of see a little nose tusks like stop bibbing out. So my name isn't Jam. Is it Jamie? Jamie. Well, there you go. Jamie? I'll call you Jamie if it's not Jam. If it's not Jammy, it's Jamie. How's that? Maybe I'll call you Jammy until the donation comes in. There you go. That'll be that's one derivative I could use. I'll just call you the wrong name until you start donating. Well, loads of people just dropped off the thread there. They didn't like that one. That was a killer to the thread. And Tom says George Dawes knows the scores. He does indeed. Another legendary program. Another legendary program. George Dawes had a fairly good run of it. I think wasn't George Dawes the guy from Little Britain? Yeah, look, I think it was that person there. Little Britain. There was another great program. The trouble is, we've got the TV's not as good as it was back in the day. So, Jamie, I will fart. I have a broken arm. A brocken. Jamie's got a broken arm. Is that some sort of Scottish tapestry you've got in your arm there, Jamie? It's been broken. It's shocking. Shocking with his broken arm. Well, there you have it. You know, whatever you're into, it's all good, friendly fun on this thread. So yes, we've been way diverted off track tonight. I mean, it started off with an alien party and it's just segued. It's just segued down a completely different path, my Jedi friends. And Tom says, Highlander. Now that is a cracking film. Because as we know, Tom, there can be only one. And we have a like Scottish contingent on the thread as well. So it's all good. So, Jamie, I will eat Tink 8, TNK 8. I don't know what's going on with Jamie and the text. He's going to Tunk 8, Tunk 8. Tom says, there can be only one. Absolutely. Or there can only be one. Fair play, Tom. You know the score. Off with the heads. Linzarella, there can be only one. Well, that's how it was in the film. I think Tom's taken a bit of artistic license there and slightly moved it. So, fighting with the Kurgan. Well, interestingly enough, Tom, I was watching a little show, and who's the guy that played Kurgan? His name will come to me at some stage. But it's a great story behind the Highlander. I think I said it on one of my threads. Maybe you were on it. But it was somebody stole it. Somebody went to a university and found the script. Basically gave them peanuts and said, "Look, can we take this? And we'll give you, if we get it funded, we'll give you a percentage of the funding." So 9 out of 10 scripts, they get screwed over and they don't really see much of the money. But Highlander was never meant to do it, and they sent the scripts to Sean Connery and said, "Will you be the Highlander?" And Connery said, "No, but I'll be Ramirez." And then, of course, as soon as Connery signed up, then suddenly it went big budget. I mean, this tiny little film script that wasn't meant to do anything suddenly spiraled out of control. And the kid that wrote it at university ended up getting absolutely minted out of it because he was on a percentage of the money raised. So, yeah, it worked out very well. And Tom says, he was the guard in Shawshank Redemption. Yes, he told a great... trying to remember his name. It will come to me. But I watched an interview with him. He's such a cool guy. He's such a cool guy. He actually went and got married on the script on the Shawshank Redemption. He went off set to get married after doing the scene on the rooftop. Clancy Brown, that's it. Yeah, what a cool guy. He's great. If you watch him being interviewed, Tom, he's an absolute treat. He's got some great stories from the stuff that was going on there. So, Jamie, blow money, M-U-N-Y. Well, Jamie, I don't know what your text is all about or what's going on, but you've got some mad alien language, which is perfect for the thread, I guess, because it was all about aliens. Fair play to you. And Tom says, "Who wants to live forever?" And of course, another classic, a classic Queen. Classic Queen. What a film that started off as a tiny little script, was not meant to get anything. Suddenly Sean Connery's in. They get Queen involved. I mean, massive. What a great film. What an absolutely brilliant film it was. So, Jamie, why JKJ? I've got no idea what you're talking about. Jamie, I can only assume that you're taking something very interesting there, fellas. Is it mushrooms? It feels like it could be a mushroom trip that you're on. Could be something shrooming in the room. In which case you probably would be seeing aliens, which could be good fun. And Jamie says, no. So Jamie has put Mama a poopsie. Well, whatever that's meant to be, Jamie, that sounds like mushroom language to me. Sounds psychedelic in nature. Whatever you're into, Jamie. I'm still waiting for the donation, by the way. Come on. You can do it, fella. You can do it. You know it makes sense. So anyway, just as let's have like a brief moment where I'll give you something energetic that will be useful to you, because it is a new moon tonight, and it is really important that you get your energy right, because it's a big manifesting time at the moment, and especially for people with a bigger purpose, people that are designed to find this channel, empaths, light workers, star seeds. Call yourself what you will. You know who you are. But it's a really important time to channel everything into your manifestation capability and to focus on what you want more of. Really important right now. Really important, because all of this emotion is rising, and it's very likely that you've been going through like anger, emotions, fear, doubt, all of the stuff. It comes up. It's like popcorn. Emotions are like popcorn in this environment. And it's very important to manage your emotions. You got to manage them, and you need to take control of that. And it feels chaotic. It can feel complete chaos right now. So the game is to be your own best friend, take control of your emotions, and work out what you want more of. And that's where the focus needs to go, my Jedi friends. That is where the focus needs to go. So I've got all sorts here from Jamie. New Mama a Poopsie, Mama Ass Poopsie. Yeah, well, I think it's clear that Jamie's on something really good right now. He's on the good stuff, or she, whoever this is. Probably doesn't know if it's a he or a she at the moment. Because that stuff sounds good stuff. The dealer has arrived and left something good. Linzarella says, "Oh, I wasn't aware of the moon. Glad I'm here. Any tips?" The same as usual, Linz. Take control of your energy. It's never been a more important time for you to be the master of your own energy. And everything we discussed in the Jedi Training Academy is getting you to the point where you realize that ultimately, regardless what is attracted into your life, that it's a choice how you react to it. So, I mean, this is actually the good stuff. Let's actually focus for a minute. For a minute, we'll actually get some sensible content. So it's really important now to take control of your own energy and emotions. And for empaths, for light workers, the most empowering thing you can do is just assume that everything that's been attracted in your life is for a reason. That energetically, that we've attracted everything in our life that has come this way right now. Now, you might say, but I wouldn't have done it. No, I don't want you going into victim mode here. It's really important that you don't start blaming other people. This is about taking an empowered view. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that your life might not feel shit right now and it feels like you're surrounded by assholes. Probably is the case. But it's time to change that. This is an opportunity to change that. And the only way that you ever change that is to take an empowered view, to start manifesting more of what you want, start putting out there more of what you want. Because every time that something brings you down, someone brings you down, that something bad happens, even all the stuff, and that's why I've been laughing about all the migrant nonsense that's going on here in the country. If you go into that low dense energy, it will drag you down like a vacuum. The only way is to keep your energy and your vibe higher. Is to keep it higher. And you know how to do that, Linz, because we've talked about the methods to do that. So you just need to do more of it. Stay high vibe. And if you don't want to do that, work with your dogs, because they'll feel it. Do the energy work with your dogs. That'll keep you in a higher vibe. Like the cats around here, like they've been out for the count flopping. They've been flopping around all day, chasing me around the house because I've been doing energy work with them. Pets are really sensitive to this thing. So if you really want a litmus test, is this working or isn't it? Get your pets on the line. Start working energetically with your pets. They'll let you know because they just zone out when you start doing energy work on them. So that's what I'd say. Get your vibe higher and you're in control of it. Do not give away your energy control to anyone else. No one can drag your vibe down without your permission. This is where it's at. It's taking an empowered, more controlled view. Now, you might not agree with me. I might be triggering you. You might be saying, yes, blah, 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 blah. No, just catch yourself, deepen your breathing, ground yourself and work with energy. Work your way through it. Stuff's going to come up. Emotion's going to come up at the moment. All sorts of stuff is going to come up at the moment. And it's your job to stay accountable to that, to work through it. You know, anger might come up, frustration. You might feel scared. All this stuff, but acknowledge the emotion and then work out where it's coming from. And then put out the vibe that you want to change it. And hold that vibration for as long as you can and as consistently as you can, but know how to get there. That's the important part. So this is like critical stuff. This is really the stuff that you need right now to hold yourself to a higher account. Do not let anyone steal your energy. And the only one that can really steal your energy, and here's the mic drop, is you. By focusing on arseholes or arsehole behavior or news events that you can do nothing about, or global chaos that's going on right now, or what ifs that might happen that haven't actually happened, or beating yourself up in the past for stuff that you can't change. All of this is pointless. You have the capacity right here, right now, to change your energetic state and to step up or not. And that's the simplicity of it all. And that sounds a bit triggering, doesn't it? Oh, does that really? It's not that easy, Adam. It can't be that easy. Well, it's not designed to be easy, my Jedi friends. It is designed to be worth it. And we have to hold ourselves in a higher vibration and a higher accountability state in order to realize this, or not, as the case may be. So Plant Lady, the good stuff. We got there in the end, didn't we, Plant Lady? You know, I thought I'd get some semblance of sense on this thread before I checked out, so that it is not all inane drivel. And Linzarella says, thanks, Adam. Absolutely sending you a lovely virtual hug. Well, thank you, Linz, and good luck with that. Do it work with your dogs. That's the way that you'll stay the more accountable. Do it for them. You know, and they'll reflect your energy. The more you raise your vibe, the more they'll benefit. So there you go. You've got accountability buddies there. And Jamie is back. Adam, I have already subbed. Well, thank you, Jamie, my Jedi friend. So good to have you on the journey, even for all your random comments. And when you're doing your stand-up, let us know. Post it and it can go out. So fair play to you all. Well, that actually feels like the core message of why I actually came here. And to all of you that have survived the alien party and the absolute nonsense I've been talking about for the rest of this thread. And for anyone that's watching this, like on the catch up, kudos. If you make it to this point, leave a comment and just said, I did it, Adam. I did. I managed to get through all of that nonsense. And I'll be well impressed. I'll give you a shout out on the next video. How's that? Anyone that's made it to this point, just put it on the video. I made it to the end, and I will know that you made it to the end. And Plant Lady, that's appreciated. I'm sure there's meant to be an A there, or maybe not. Maybe you're doing the a bit of Cockney. Appreciated. Well, fair play to you, my Jedi friends. And Tom says it's all a laugh. Well, Tom, it's always good to have you on here. You keep the vibe light, and I like that. It cuts through bone like butter. That's what your comments do. They cut through bone like butter on this thread. So Tom says, Tom knows the score. He knows the score. We've been riffing on all sorts of vibes that I do live. So knows the score. Keep it light, folks. Hang out with people that make you laugh. Keep the vibe high. Watch comedy. Anything that makes you laugh or takes your vibration to a higher level, do it. Absolutely do it. Maybe Highlander's not quite the vibe, but you might get the satisfaction of thinking, that's how I deal with arseholes. No, that's not advice. No, I'm not advocating people go out and cut people's heads off, just for the record, folks, just for the record. It's all tongue in cheek. I can't believe I have to say that on threads like this now, but apparently there's so many fruitcakes out there that I could get thrown in jail for inciting violence if I'm not very clear that I'm having a laugh here. So Jamie's there. Glummy hum rush is bum. Well, whatever you're into, Jamie, whatever you're into. Now it's Tom. Now that's a cool comment. Listen, my pedigree chum mistake. You are standing on thin ice. I will be underneath it when it breaks. Feed him to the pigs. And Tom says we can share a cell in Broadmoor. Well, it looks like we might be heading that way, Tom. Especially if the authorities get online and take all of the comments out of context. We could all be in trouble on this one. Speaking of which, I should probably get off before I get the police knocking round for another lunatic. Look, he looks like NF inciting violence on a YouTube live. Wasn't me, Your Honour. I was just having a laugh. No, really, we were just quoting things from Snatch Wars. How could you be? Imagine having to explain that in court. We'd have to get out all of the videos that we were talking about. That would actually be quite funny, wouldn't it? The evidence in court of the context of what we were actually saying. You were threatening people about being on thin ice and calling them pedigree chums and talking about cutting through bone like butter. Stop that, Adam. Stop it. Slap on the wrist. This is meant to be almost sensible. After all, this was an alien party and you were here to join the fun. We were here to join the fun, my Jedi friends. And we've managed to make it this far with no police cautions that I know of. But I'll do a quick selfie if they knock on the door before the arrest, when the arrest warrants come out. So we can protect the pedos so they're free to wander around the schools. Right, enough of that. Adam, stop it. This is live. You could get yourself in trouble because free speech has left the building in the UK, my Jedi friends. And on that bombshell, watch something funny. Keep your vibe high. Let's end on a high note. Let's actually end on an almost sensible note. So, final message. No one can take your energy. Nobody can put you down. Nobody can deplete you. Nobody can make you feel bad without your permission. It is time, my Jedi friends, to take total ownership that you are God of your own energy, that there's nobody above you in the chain when it comes to your own energy. And the sooner that you realize that, and it's your opportunity to change your energy to whatever you want, the easier life gets. Except it doesn't necessarily, because you're going to get flying monkeys and tests and probably your fair share of dickheads coming to prod you, probe you, try and get a reaction out of you, to make you, to try and get you off your zen, your state of zen. But you're in control. You are in control, my pedigree chums. So stay in control of your own energy, put out what you want more of, attract back what you want more of, and manifest what you want more of. And anything that doesn't contribute to that, delete it from your life. Stop watching the news. Stop watching all of these reels that are promoting stuff that doesn't make you feel good. Start watching more comedy, start uplifting your spirit, and start hanging out with people that do uplift your spirit. And if you do all of those things, then the deck is definitely moving in your favor. It's stacking in your favor. So there you go. That's it. I don't think that there's anything else I need to say on this thread. And we are coming up to the hour mark. So I am conscious of that, my pedigree chums. And so unless you've got any final comments, I will be signing off in the next minute or two. And I'll be wishing you all a fantastic evening or day, wherever you are in the world. Of course, there could be people the other side of the planet. It could be morning somewhere, especially if you're watching in the other side of the world, in Australia now. It's probably early morning over there, although I'm not sure any Australians have turned up on this thread as of yet. But you never know who's been watching or in the background. So to whoever you are, whatever you're doing, whatever your vibe, keep it high, keep fun in your, firmly fixed on your radar, and keep the vibe light. But most importantly, remember that you are the master and commander of your own energy, and that nobody can steal it without your permission. So there you go, my friends. That is it for tonight. I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to wish you all well. I'm going to send you some cool healing vibes, and I shall return at a date which I don't yet know, because that's just the way I roll. And thanks for showing up so impromptu, my friends. Enjoy your evening and have fun.